Hello and good morning. Thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jurek, and in a few minutes I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's forecast and beyond. Authorities in Alaska made another attempt to reach the site of an avalanche that trapped 3 skiers. The 3 men, all with ties to the Mankato area, are believed to have died after being buried with snow. Alaska State Troopers released the identities of all 3 men. Dave Linder of Florida was part owner of Radio Mankato. Charles Eppard of Big Fork, Montana, grew up in Mankato and attended Gustavus Adolphus College. And Jeremy Leaf, also of Minnesota. The avalanche happened on Tuesday afternoon after a helicopter delivered skiers to a backcountry peak in the Chugach Mountains. The 3 skiers were caught in the avalanche and estimated to be under more than 40 feet of snow. The man accused of a shooting in Truman with the women involved last week has been formally charged in Martin County. 32-year-old Kyle Jonathan LaFord is charged with 5 felonies, including second-degree attempted murder, second-degree assault, 3 other weapons-related charges. Authorities say last Thursday, LaFord shot a woman in the chest during an argument. He fled before authorities arrived and was arrested over the weekend. Bail is set at $300,000 with conditions and $600,000 without. LaFord remains in the Martin County Jail. His next court appearance is Monday. The body of a local fisherman was recovered from Cannon Lake in Faribault. The Rice County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of a body found in Cannon Lake. An investigation revealed that 58-year-old Troy Allen Krenz went fishing Tuesday night. When he didn't come home, his family and friends started searching and found his body floating in the lake. The investigation is ongoing, and the Rice County Sheriff's Office is working with the medical examiner to determine a cause of death. We'll switch gears to this weekend. It's time to spring forward because daylight savings time is near. Sunday, we'll turn our clocks ahead 1 hour at 2 a.m. This means we will lose an hour of sleep. The annual seasonal change event brings longer days and shorter nights. Arizona is the only state that does not participate. We can expect to fall back on November 2nd. Well, Caitlin, we're going to switch gears to some weather now, but with that spring ahead, what does that really mean for weather-intensive purposes, if anything at all?
Not much other than we just have a little bit more daylight. A lot of that daylight helps kind of serve heat and sunshine for things like thunderstorms or the typical spring thunderstorms or summer. Could lead to some severe weather as well if you get a lot of daytime heating, but not a whole lot right now in the near future. The biggest thing that I think we're going to spring into is not just an hour. We're not just going to spring into losing an hour of sleep. We're going to spring right into spring is what I've been saying. So for us right now, locally, we're just going to spring to spring is what I've been saying.
I like that.
Here's what we're talking about. Now, if you've noticed through the morning or the first half of today so far, it's been relatively cloudy. Some of us have seen some snow, especially those of us in Iowa and the farther south into central Iowa you get. Heavier snow down there with accumulation. They got hit with the blizzard that we had, just several days ago. Now they're getting hit with a second round of heavy snow and some strong winds. But thankfully for us, we only saw a few flurries kind of pop up into southern Minnesota, aside from some accumulating snow that developed overnight in southwestern Minnesota that did reach portions as well of northwestern Iowa. But now, as we go through the day today, these clouds are going to continue to clear up, making way for sunshine in southern Minnesota, eventually clearing out in portions of Iowa a little bit later this evening and tonight. Now, as we go into tomorrow, notice that there's some cloud coverage developing with some snow out to our northeast and farther northern Minnesota, as well as out in Wisconsin. The good news for us, we're not going to see any of that. The biggest thing that we may see is just some early morning cloud coverage tomorrow, followed by, as you can see, afternoon sunshine. So it's really just those morning hours that we could see a little bit of cloud coverage. And again, that's associated with that wintry weather that's going to pass by to our far north and northeast going into tomorrow. So we don't have to really worry about too much here today other than just sunshine on the way, and that's really nothing to worry about unless you don't have sunglasses. Snow is very blinding, and you can become snow blind out there. So make sure if you're out and about, whether you're walking or you're just outside or you are driving, have those sunglasses because it is a safety risk for today if you do not have them, for the fact of how bright that snow can be, especially once that sunshine returns to the area. Temperatures will then start to rise up to a high of about 38 degrees through the mid-afternoon hours. Will stay mostly clear tonight. Temperatures dropping into the low to mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Now, that being said, wind-wise today, not too bad out there. We're looking at 5 to 10 miles an hour across the area. It's going to keep our wind chill values on the seasonal side in the mid-30s or a little bit less than that. Nothing too crazy. Great conditions, honestly, for anyone that wants to go outside and enjoy the snow, whether it's snowshoeing, snowmobiling, or even building a snowman with your kiddos. It's going to be a day to do that. Tonight will be quiet and cold with a low of 23 degrees by tomorrow morning. Light winds. If you like to have a winter fire or campfire, tonight would honestly be a great night to do so. Here's a look at your weekend forecast for sledding purposes. Just know that we are going to see warming temperatures, so your sled speed will slow down because that snow is not just going to melt, it's going to become very wet. And the wetter that snow is, the less speed you gain. Here's a quick look at your extended forecast showing that we spring right, like we said, into spring with 40s and 50s. I do want to mention we are tracking another system that looks to move through next weekend that could bring in some messy precipitation once again to the area. Yeah, it's a week away, so it could fluctuate, but we are watching it.
We got 10 days to worry about it. Right now, let's just enjoy the weekend and take away from what's going to be the nice weather ahead for the week or foreseeable future.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Caitlin. I appreciate it. We'll switch into some sports. High school sports taking place last night. Starting off with playoff hoops action. In the Section 2A boys basketball tournament, the number 1 seed Springfield Tigers are taking on the Atwater Cosmos Grove City Falcons in the quarterfinals. Brian Berkeley makes the move down low for the bucket. Springfield up 12-7. Later, Berkeley finds Madden Lent for the bucket. Tigers up 14-7, and the Falcons call an early timeout. The timeout didn't ice the Tigers. Lent knocks down one from behind the arc. Springfield leads 17-7. There you see the three-pointer. Now it's Brecken Healing getting in the action on the scoring side of things. Springfield on an 8-0 run, courtesy of that shot right there, up 20-7. Later, Falcons' Marcus Forseth breaks up the run, but it's Springfield in this one, defeating ACGC 74-53. The Tigers will face the winner of the Medelia Sleepy Eye St. Mary's game. Sleepy Eye waiting this one. Medelia versus Sleepy Eye St. Mary's picking up the action near the end of the first half. Caden Forshaw hits the 32-10 Blackhawks lead. Later, Hayden Jones gets the bounce. Medelia leads 34-10 with under 4 minutes to play in the half. But Sleepy Eye St. Mary's finds a spark right before the half, starting with this three from Adam Steffensmeiser. Then it's Tyler Mathewitz with a strong take to the bucket. At the half, the Blackhawks lead 38-21. They go on to defeat Sleepy Eye St. Mary's 83-46. It will mean that Medelia is taking on Springfield in the Section 2A semifinal game this Monday at Gustavus. Over to Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton now. Bulldogs hosting the LeSueur Henderson Giants. Second half underway. Bulldogs with the lead. Dalton Bauer drops in a deep three and the foul. Guard completes a 4-point play. Bulldogs defense comes through. There's a steal with Bauer in transition, able to finish at the other end. That's his 20th point of the night. JWP leads by 19. Giants living up to their name with the plenty of size. 6'9", Hunter Vinkmeyer grabs this rebound, puts it away. Second chance points there. Sophomore with a nice looking shot as well. Drills the corner three. Giants trailing by 14 now. But the Bulldogs keep their distance. Gavin Bauer with the steal. He's going coast to coast and finishes for two. JWP goes on to win by a final 68-53. Bulldogs are heading to the Section 2A semifinals for a battle of Highway 14. JWP takes on Waseca Monday night at Minnesota State. Tip-off is scheduled for 6. How about that, Caitlin? Plenty of action, and spring is right there.
I can't
it's
believe
knocking
we're
on the door.
at the tournaments and the finals. And oh my gosh, before you know it, summer's going to be here.
Before you know it, there you go. Thank you very much, Caitlin, and thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And be sure to download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.